Welcome to Griddle Cooking Live with Chef Sherry Ronning. How are you guys today? I have been taking a few days off, so now I'm back. I had a few ingredients. Do you ever have ingredients in your refrigerator and you just don't know what to do with them, or you're not sure? They usually will go bad, and I'm guilty of this, just leaving them in there. So I kind of looked in my refrigerator this morning and I'm like, okay, what can I do? What can I make for you guys? And so I found I had some leftover pasta that I made from the other day, and I had all kinds of vegetables. So I had peppers that were sitting down in my crisper. I had onions in there, and I had this broccoli that had been sitting in there for probably a good week, and I just didn't know what I was going to do with it. And it was getting close to going bad, and I'm like, I got to do something with it. So I decided to make a chicken pasta dish for you guys today. I am just took out. I like to have frozen chicken breasts in the freezer, and I will buy in bulk and then individually wrap them and put them in the freezer. And so I just took some out, cut them up small into small pieces, and I'm just going to be making a quick chicken pasta for you, and it's going to be super easy and super fast. And it uh we'll see how it turns out. So I like to do this, when I'm just have ingredients. You can do this without the pasta. If you don't have the pasta, you can just do just a vegetable one. You can do, if you have pasta and no vegetables, just do with the pasta and the chicken. So this is really a versatile recipe. You can kind of mix and match, use what you have in your house. That's the whole point of this cooking thing, is use what you have around you and look in your fridge. If you don't have chicken, use leftover steak or use leftover turkey or deli meat. You can do that, or just don't add any meat at all. You can just do just the pasta and the vegetables. If use any kind of pasta that you have. You don't have to use this kind of pasta. You can use macaroni noodles. You can use spaghetti noodles. Anything like that will work. So in even like gluten-free or the vegetable pastas, those will all work in this dish. So let's get started. I'm gonna just kind of run through the ingredients. So I have the diced vegetables that I'm going to be using. This is also, you can use anything. So I have peppers, I have onions, and I have broccoli here. And you can use any amount. You can use as little or as much as you have. Just use what you have. So I have the diced chicken breast. This is just one breast. I like to use this. So I'm going to be using this in a little bit, kind of where I feel, this is just something ingredient. It's the Dalalo dipping garlic and Parmesan. I really love this. And I was at my store the other day, and they go through this like crazy. So most of the time the shelf is empty, and it was empty the other day when I came through. My husband actually orders directly from the company from this because we like several of their products. Really super good. So the other day I made the garlic toast on the griddle, super fast recipe and stuff. But I made the garlic butter, the softened butter that I use for it, and all I did was take and just put dollops of this on a plate, popped it in the freezer. When it was hard, then I just took it and put it in a bag like this, and I have it in my freezer. So whenever I'm doing recipes like this, I can just throw it in. I love this when I'm doing the chicken. That, to me, when I'm doing the griddle chicken, I always add that. Or if I'm doing steak on the griddle, this is always something that I add. So you can use, I do have the prepackaged one that you can use. That also will work for this too. So I have the pasta, and then I'm going to do some just grated Parmesan cheese on it, and then my favorite seasonings. So I'm using the Blackstone griddle. I have the electric one here. It's still a little bit cold here in Michigan. We are like right around 40. The wind has calmed down, which is good, but I'm just going to do this really quick on the electric griddle, but you can do it on the outside on your gas griddles. They work perfect for this, either griddle that you have. I have the temperature set at 350 on this one. You can do like medium low heat on the outside griddles if that's what you're using. So let's get started. What are we going to cook first? So I think the vegetables. Let's go. We're going to cook vegetables, and then I'm going to do chicken, and then we'll kind of combine them. I'm going to do just some of this garlic. And I shake it up because it's the bottom has the garlic and the Parmesan in it, and you want to get that in there when you're cooking. So I'm just going to pour a little bit like that, and then I'm just going to add the vegetables right away. I have everything cut really small, so this is a really quick cooking recipe. It cooks very fast. I'm going to stir it up just to get the little bit of that oils combined with it. And I'm going to set that aside. Spread it out a little bit. Remember, you want to use your griddle to the advantage. Don't pile mounds of it up and cook on it. You want to spread it out so everything cooks really nice. And I'm using the tip. I have it turned backwards, using the tip kind of just to spread that out a little bit like that. And so I'm going to do the chicken. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to add, I think I'm just going to use some regular olive oil. I'm going to do some regular olive oil with the chicken because the reason I'm doing that is I am going to be adding the butter that has the garlic and the seasonings in there. And I kind of don't want it to really be overpowering for all of that. So I'm just going to add the chicken here. As you can hear the nice sizzle of the griddle, that's exactly what you want. So I'm going to spread this out just like that. And I'm going to grab another spatula here. So I'm going to season. This is season as you're cooking, but I'm use your favorite salt and pepper, any kind of favorite seasonings that you have. If you like garlic, my daughter really likes to use garlic when she's cooking. And so I'm just doing a little bit of this is something that I'm very strong about, that you need to use the seasonings that you like the best. Don't just use the ones because I'm using it. This is what our family is used to. We've done this, cooked with this ingredients. This is basically our salt and pepper that we cook with, and we've done it for years. So that's what we're used to cooking with that. So that it is one thing. You don't have to have the same ingredients that I'm using. Just use what you have in your house. This is like a using leftovers and use what you have around you to cook. Because when I first started cooking, and I know this was a really I struggled with this a lot. I would look at a recipe, and if I didn't have every ingredient exactly as what was on the thing, I wouldn't make it. And it was like I've come to find out that there's so many things that you can swap out. A recipe, when you're baking, that's different. It's kind of, baking is a different science. Believe me, I've been there. I know I bake all the time. But when you're cooking like this, you can mix and match and do different flavors, and it'll still turn out. If you have no peppers, this recipe will still turn out. If you have no broccoli, if you have no chicken, it will still be fine. And it'll be cooked the way you like it. So just make it your own. That is my message. If you take one thing out of this, is just make it your own. You don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing. Just make the recipe your own and just keep on cooking with that. So okay, I am going to turn this chicken here. I can see we're getting a little bit of color. And I'm going to break the chicken up because it's kind of sticking a little bit. Like that. And at this point, so this is looking pretty good. The onions are translucent. They're getting translucent in color. I'm just going to take this, get away from the side, because remember the sides are not as hot as towards the center on this griddle anyways. So I'm just going to take a pat of this butter and put right in the middle. And actually maybe we'll break it apart a little bit. And it's going to melt. I'm just going to leave it. It's going to melt like that. And we're just going to let that melt in there. And so once this starts cooking, I'm going to combine this all together, and then I'm going to add the pasta into it. We're going to see what it's like, and if we need to add more oil, we'll add some more oil to it. We're going to taste it. I'm going to add some of the Parmesan cheese. We're going to grate into it and just taste it. I'm going to just taste it and see, does it need more seasoning? Does it need more cheese? Does it need a little bit, maybe more garlic in it? You can add, pretty much anything. Like if you want to add fresh herbs, parsley, basil, thyme, anything like that in there, go for it. There is a little bit of fresh herbs in this butter that I have with the chicken. So that will bring out some of the freshness in it. Still working on melting the butter. But you can take and at this point, the chicken is pretty much cooked. You don't want to like overcook it. So we're going to just start getting this all mixed together. We're just going to go like this. Combine this all together here. And too, like if you want to cook the chicken and the vegetables together, you can. There's nothing that says that you can't. I don't know why, but that's just something that I do. I like to separate it and then combine it and then like let it cook together. For me, it's like being able to tell if one thing is done. Like I like to make sure the chicken is pretty close to being done. And sometimes it's kind of hard if you have it all mixed in with everything else, or it just takes longer to cook. To me, it's like I can just visually see it. So I have my pasta. I'm going to just take my pasta, and this is just leftover, so I don't even know how much amount it is, but I'm just going to put it all in here. I did warm it up a little bit underneath some hot water just to freshen it up and just to give it a little bit more, to help it with cooking it a little bit faster. And you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to add some of this in there. Like that. And honestly, I don't even measure. I just take and pour just a little bit. Remember, you can always add, but you can't take away with your seasonings. It's really hard to take it away. So remember to just add in stages. But look how awesome that looks. Right there is a perfect meal with using leftovers, just stuff that you have in your fridge. Man, does that ever look good. Let's see if we can get a close-up for you guys here. See, we got some nice color in there. We got the chicken. We got the pasta. I can smell the garlic in there. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to add, we're really quick. What are we, probably only like 10 minutes into this. So I'm just going to add some of the Parmesan really quick. And you can use any type of cheese. If you don't have Parmesan, you don't even have to add it if you don't want to. I'm just adding it. It's just something I like, the flavor of it. I like the texture of it. And my daughter has gotten me into using grating my own. That is something I always just would buy the bags and just use it. So you can use bags, you can use fresh, it's kind of up to you. Gorgeous. And it's just going to melt in there. We might want to add a little bit more towards the end. And it's kind of, it just got away from me. This is a simple, super simple recipe, and this would be like a light summertime meal if you want a light recipe to do just like really quick. This is the perfect thing for it. I'm going to add actually some more seasonings to it. In there. And then I'm going to add some more Parmesan. And actually, I think I'm going to add some more of this. I'm going to just put that right in there and let it melt. Let's go like that. Perfect. Like that. Get some of these up here. I want to take just a quick picture of this, and then I'm going to pull it off because I think we're pretty good here. Look at that. So let me grab my camera here, see if I can get a picture. Looks so good. And I think I'm actually going to turn it off because it's done, it's cooking. And at this point, we just need to try it. I just need to get in there and see how good it tastes. I'm going to grab my fork, get a little sample before I pull it off. Oh, we need to stir. So I did add the seasonings there. Like that. And so the pasta is sticking a little bit, but we're getting some of those little brown bits, which is exactly what I want in there. Those brown bits give you flavor. And it is just, you want those brown bits in there. It's like the fried rice. When I make the fried rice, you purposely want to let it sit to get those brown bits in there. Alrighty, woohoo, yeah. I'm gonna try it now. What did I do with my fork? I grabbed on, there we go. I'm gonna try a little bit of the pasta, a little bit of the chicken. Let's get a little bit of broccoli here. I can get it like that. It's gonna be super hot, so just be careful. Seasoning's perfect. So I have a little side salad. So I'm just going to serve this. This is how I would serve it. Just like that. And put a little bit more Parmesan. Move these aside here. Put a little bit more Parmesan on it, on the top. And this we can even do over the salad too. So the salad has some cheese on it. Yum. Perfect. Look at that. Look at how awesome that looks. Easy, super easy, quick dinner recipe for you. Under 20 minutes. I did talk a little bit at the beginning, but man, there we go. So I'm just going to take this and put this into a serving bowl, and we are good to go. So I hope you guys like this. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to let me know. Put that into the comments. I know Dan has been on quite a bit, and he's watched some of my videos on YouTube, and he has put comments in all of them, different ones, to let me know that he's been there. And I've seen them, Dan. I just need to go back. I've been working on a project. Oh, that's one thing I want to tell you guys. My cookbook. So, do you guys want a digital copy of this cookbook? I have it for free. You can get it for free, and I will drop the link into the comments. Let's see if this will work. There we go. I have the link in the comment. You can go to there. You can get my free copy. Sign up to get my free copy of my cookbook and recipes for the Blackstone griddle. Amazing cookbook. Every recipe has a full color photo with it, and step-by-step instructions, tells you how long a recipe takes. This is my fried rice recipe that I was talking about earlier. And I did this one. This is a chicken fried rice. It has the chicken done the same way, like that. Super amazing. This is probably one of my top recipes that I would say to make on the griddle. So let's see. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to stick around and watch some of my other videos. I have a whole bunch of other videos on YouTube, all kinds of quick, easy recipes. I have healthy recipes. I now have my series with Griddle Cooking with Chef Sherry Ronning. You can check that out. So I hope you guys have a great day, and try to make a pasta like this on your own. Super easy, and you're gonna turn out great. Make sure to post some pictures and connect with me on social media. I would love to hear from you guys, and we will see you later. Bye.